good to be with you this morning. It's Happy Eastertide. And this morning we're going to hear the story of Jesus in the road and his friends on the road to Emmaus. Let's get ready to do this together, because the first thing we do is light our Christ candle. Which reminds us that Jesus is our light and that he is always with us. Let's do our Easter greeting together. You might remember that I start with C for Christ. Christ is risen. And then you respond, L for Lord, the Lord is risen indeed. So let's try that again. Christ is risen. And you say, the Lord is risen indeed. Let's also sing in our gathering songs a song that you all know, and I did last week, and I'm going to do this again with hand signs that are from American Sign Language. So it's This Is the Day, and I sing the first stanza, and then you just repeat it. So let's try it together. This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. And then the next song that you remember that we sing together is a song that helps us to get ready to remember that it's time to listen to God's story so that we can hear what God has to say, both to me and also to you. Let's sing that together. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. And we know that this is the season of Easter. And the color of Easter is white. This is a road. That goes from Jerusalem down to the village of Emmaus. Now, two of Jesus' friends were traveling down to Emmaus. They were very sad. Jesus had died, and they hoped he would be their king. Why did Jesus have to die? They said. Why did Jesus die? Then someone came. he joined them and he began walking with them. And he told them why Jesus had to die. "Stay with us," they said. Then he took the bread and blessed it and broke it and gave it to them. And then they knew who it was. It was Jesus. He was alive. He had risen from the dead. Then Jesus disappeared. They were so excited. They couldn't help but go back to the Jerusalem and tell Jesus' friends, "We have seen the Lord," they said. "He's alive. Jesus has risen indeed." Now, I wonder how these two friends felt after Jesus died. I wonder how they knew that this person was Jesus. I wonder how they felt as he broke the bread and gave it to them. I wonder what they will say to Jesus' friends when they get to Jerusalem. I've often wondered why they didn't recognize him at first, or even recognize his voice. And I wonder if you and I can recognize Jesus when he's with us, because he is. Now you remember, after our stories, it's time for you to respond and talk to God about this story, whether it's that you draw a response, whether you write some wondering questions, whether you take Play-Doh or blocks and make something about this story. And then when you come back together, you and your family can take a Bible, and maybe you can read and find Luke chapter 24, starting with verse 28, going down to about verse 36. Read that and talk about that together. After you do that, it's our time to talk to God. And you can do this with your family. You can think about something that you wonder about. You might pray about something you're worried about. Or you can pray silently, because God hears us that way too. You can pause the video and you can pray together. And then you remember, when we're done with our time of gathering, we sing our Go Now in Peace song. Before we do that, though, I'm going to put out our Christ candle. The light that was in one place at one time is now in all places, at all times. So Jesus is with us here and everywhere that we go. So sing with me our Go in Peace song. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Happy Easter time, and thanks for listening.